You cannot control what happens to you, but you have absolute control over who you become. In our modern, hyper-connected lives, we are constantly bombarded. We feel mentally exhausted. Day in and day out, we spend our energy reacting to things we absolutely cannot change. An unexpected bill, a harsh comment from a coworker, a sudden shift in our plans.
So why do we let the world control our minds? We completely lose our peace over the smallest problems. We're terrified of discomfort. We literally let strangers dictate our daily emotional state. Without even realizing it, we hand over our greatest power.
Part 1. An Emperor's Secret Diary. The ultimate antidote to this modern anxiety comes from an incredibly surprising source, the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. Think about it. He ruled the known world during a deeply chaotic time. Devastating natural disasters, horrific plagues, relentless invasions. The sheer weight of the world rested squarely on his shoulders every single day.
Yet, while commanding legions in the freezing mud, he didn't write a memoir for public glory. Instead, he wrote a private diary just to console himself. In Greek, it was called ta eis hiaton, simply addresses to himself. It was never, ever intended for publication. But today, we call this incredible survival manual his Meditations.
Part 2. The directing mind. To survive that crushing pressure, Marcus relied on a concept he called to hegemonikon, the directing mind. This is your rational faculty. It's the part of you that has absolute power over your impulses, your desires, and your passions. It gives you the ultimate autonomy to choose exactly how you react to the world around you. And this brings us to his core philosophy. An external event itself cannot actually harm you. The event is just a fact. It's your internal judgment of that event that creates all of your emotional suffering. He wrote, "If you remove your judgment of anything that seems painful, you yourself stand quite immune to pain." Marcus realized a profound truth here. If you just refuse to categorize a failure or an insult as a moral evil, you instantly take away its power. Your mind becomes untouchable. He noted that you are made of exactly 3 parts: your body, your breath, and your mind. Your body and your breath, those are subject to fate and external forces, but your mind is entirely your own. That means your emotional reactions are never automatic. They are always a choice.
Part 3. The Illusion of Fame.
Think about how much energy we spend worrying about our reputation, seeking applause, hunting for likes, desperately wanting public approval. Marcus recognized this as a fundamental weakness. He contrasted this hollow pursuit with the quiet, genuine cultivation of your inner character.
He reminded himself, all things fade and quickly turn to myth. Quickly, too, utter oblivion drowns them. Chasing fame is completely pointless. Even the greatest emperors and the most powerful figures of his era eventually turned into forgotten dust.
Seeking validation is a massive trap. When we constantly chase approval, we surrender our autonomy. We trigger involuntary anger when we aren't praised. We destroy our own inner tranquility. Really, we commit the biggest mistake possible. We hand the remote control of our peace over to complete strangers.
Part 4. Building your inner fortress. So how do we stop reacting and actually build this resilience? Marcus instructs us to retreat into our inner fortress, the Acropolis. This is a state of total self-sufficiency, a mind entirely free from frantic passions and impregnable to chaos. No matter how loud the storm is outside, it is perfectly silent inside.
You build this fortress by breaking your problems down. First, isolate the present moment. Forget the past, don't fear the future. Second, strip the event bare to its essential nature. And third, test your mental impressions. You absolutely must strip away the dramatic, emotional storytelling your brain likes to do. As he said, do not elaborate to yourself beyond what your initial impressions report. Look, if someone insults you, the raw fact is simply that they spoke words. That's all. You are not harmed. Anything else is just an unhelpful story your mind fabricated. He also advises us to live each day as if it were our last, without frenzy, apathy, or pretense. By embracing the absolute urgency of our own mortality, we clear away the clouds of distraction. We stop wasting time on anger, and we start performing every single action with deep purpose and dignity. He wrote, "The marvel of nature's craft is that it recycles all within them which seems to be decaying, and then creates afresh." He viewed even death and severe hardship as a cosmic recycling process, something to be accepted calmly.
And it's exactly this profound acceptance that generates true emotional strength.
This explainer only scratches the surface, so I highly encourage you to read the original text to build your own resilience. You'll find a link to the book in the description below.
The world will always be chaotic, but as you move forward today, ask yourself, will you remain a captive to your emotions, or will you take your place inside the invincible fortress of your own mind? Peace begins the moment you stop letting the world control your mind.